This is Eli Sharabi. He was one of the 3 Israeli hostages who was released today. This is what he looked like before October 7th, next to an image of what he looked like during his release from Hamas captivity. The details of his time in Gaza haven't fully been disclosed, but as you can see, he was not treated well. Or Eli and Ohad all seem to have a very difficult time walking and even standing upright alone. The images and videos that have come out of Gaza today have a horrific resemblance to the images and videos of the Jews who survived the Holocaust and the Nazi death camps. And not a single Jew who looks at the faces of these 3 Israeli hostages who have been released aren't asking the question tonight, how has the world allowed this evil to repeat itself once again? I want to show you some excerpts from the Arab-Palestinian propaganda video that Hamas proudly shares on its Telegram. It's produced in order to showcase its pathetic nature to all its fans and followers around the world. In the video, you can see the 3 Israeli hostages being forced to play along in this sick game. If you haven't figured it out by now, Hamas cares more about creating content than caring about its own people. But I want you to take a closer look at the terror tunnels in the videos. The terror tunnels that were built and paid for by the humanitarian aid money that was funneled into Gaza. This is potentially where these 3 hostages were being held for 490 days. Look at the scores of Hamas terrorists who are now confidently wearing their uniforms yet still choosing to hide their cowardly faces. And look at the disgraceful terrorist sympathizing non-profit employees of the Red Cross. Neither of these 2 individuals visited or reported on the well-being of Israeli hostages at any point during the last 15 months. But all of a sudden, when the Hamas cameras come out, they show up. In my eyes, they are just as much terrorists as the terrorists they're sitting next to during this poisonous parade. And of course, what would a terrorist propaganda video be without his mating call? Yeah, if your God is so great, why don't you build a society that doesn't need violence or jihad to succeed? But this is what breaks my heart. This is what I want you to know, and this is what I want you to hear. Eli Sharabi was forced to speak on stage into a microphone and tell the Arab-Palestinian crowd that had gathered to gloat and laugh at his misery how happy he was to finally be going home, how grateful he was to finally be reunited with his wife and 2 daughters. This is Eli's family. Eli's wife and 2 daughters were brutally murdered on October 7th, 2023 by Hamas. They were killed by Arab Palestinians while they were hiding in their safe room in Kibbutz Be'eri. Eli didn't know this.